And welcome to yet another edition of Cheap versus Expensive. And we have a buffet: expensive, more expensive, a little more expensive, and finally very expensive. To start with, we have the CMF Watch 2 Pro, which is priced around 5,000. Then we have the OnePlus Watch 2R priced around 18,000. Then we have the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, which is priced around 44,000. Then we have the Samsung Watch Ultra, the latest, which is priced around 60,000. Finally, we have the Apple Watch 2 Ultra priced around 90,000. Now, there is something in common between all these watches. They all can take your calls, they all last you about 2 days, and they all do similar things with each other. But which one would you go for? So let's stick our conversation to these watches, which are essentially the Android watches and which are something that you can get at every price point. Let's start with the design. All of them have circular designs, all of them roughly. The Samsung Watch Ultra stands out and it looks good in the hand. And remember, all these straps are different because they are all third-party straps. We have been using it, so we have put some straps, except the OnePlus Watch 2, which comes with the factory-fitted strap. You can also get a steel strap in this and any other strap that you can get. There are many straps available on the market. And before we dive deep, let me tell you something. You can actually live with any of these watches without any complaints. And if I have not told you the prices, you will really ask yourself, why should I go for this and not the CMF or not the OnePlus? All these watches have AMOLED display, but the Samsung and the Apple has sapphire crystal, which is unbreakable, like I said before. Except CMF, all runs on Android Wear OS with the respective custom UI on top. This OnePlus and Samsung has option to install apps and unlimited water faces, but not in the case of CMF Watch 4 True. Now I'll tell you why you pay extra. Because the Samsung and the Apple has an eSIM. Yes, you can use this as a complete smartphone, and you can have the same number that you have on your smartphone, and this can work without your smartphone. Basically, when your phone is switched off or out of network area, this can double up as a smartphone. You can pick calls, take calls, send messages. It will be cumbersome, but you can do that. Also, on the CMF Watch 2 Pro and the OnePlus, you cannot have an eSIM facility, but it can be paired with your smartphone. And all the four have inbuilt speakers. Of course, the CMF is not that loud. The loudest, I think, is the Samsung Watch Ultra. It's so loud, and the siren function is so huge that the whole airport staff will look at you once you press the siren. All the watches have health functions. Samsung has more sensors and has more trackers, and when paired with a Samsung smartphone, has ECG function. If you pair that with a Vivo or any other Android device, it doesn't work. Now that differentiates why you pay more. In case you are someone that health freak who want to monitor every step, ECG, blood pressure, etc., then of course you have to settle for something more expensive, more premium. Now let's talk about the battery. All of these are smartwatches, so they don't last you more than 1.5 days. But the CMF watch can actually last you 7 days because you cannot install apps. It's not that I'm trying to sell you a CMF Watch 2 Pro, but this actually can last you 7 days in case of basic functionalities, but you cannot use more apps like you can use on a Samsung. And there are some very interesting things that you should know. Both the Ultras, the Samsung and the Apple Watch 2 Ultra, can go up to 100 meters. The Samsung Classic can go up to 50 meters, and both of them can go up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. That's all. So if you plan to dive deep, then these definitely won't work. Now I'll tell you something very interesting. The CMF Watch 2 Pro supports both Apple and Android. Now again, I'm not trying to sell you this because this is not going to look good on your hand, because everyone knows how inexpensive this is. But yeah, it does a lot of things better in some sense. What's the ultimate verdict? Now, as I told you, all of these watches are at different price points. Eventually, it will boil down to you. What preference do you like? If you're someone who's a health freak or wants to have the top of the line systems, if you plan to go 11,000 feet, 55 degrees, then the Watch Ultras can serve the purpose. But if you are somebody who just about runs alive, take calls, answer calls, see messages, sees time, basic health tracking, then the OnePlus, CMF, all of them can do more. There are many more watches in the market, like there's a Noise, there's Boat, all of them do similar stuff. Drop in the comments which one you are using, which one do you like. If there's any watch that has a feature that we don't know, we'd love to hear from you, and do tell us what would you like us to do next on the cheap versus expensive. Until the next one, take care and do not forget to like, share, subscribe, because your subscription helps us giving you more content. If you like it, please share with your friends.